Hello, and welcome to another episode of Ryan's Ranch Roundup. I'm your host, Ryan Heiss. And today we're going to be talking about annual plantings. And it just so happens that we're getting ready for our summer rotation of plants. And we're standing out in front of Town Hall, in front of an annual bed, and I'm with Jeremy Martin with Down to Earth, our major landscape contractor out here. And Jeremy, are you the one responsible for putting all these plants in?
I am.
And how many plants are you going to be putting in this year?
We're going to be doing 13,500 annuals.
13,500? And is that just for this one rotation?
That is only for this rotation.
Wow. And what plants are you going to be putting in this summer?
We're going to be adding pentas and angelinas.
All right, 13,500 pentas and angelinas. We're standing in front of an annual bed here, and we did something a little different for this rotation. And tell us a little bit about the soil that we see here.
Okay, what we did is we removed about 8 to 10 inches of the old soil and we replaced it with a new amended soil that has a peat moss, which is an organic material that the annuals love. It also has some other micronutrients in it that will help with their growth.
Awesome. So we've just arrived at Knox Nursery in Winter Garden, Florida. And what you see behind me are 13,500 flowers, as we mentioned earlier. We have pentas, mixed colors, and then we have the angelina at the far end there, the dark purple. Knox Nursery does over 304 million plants a year. 300 million plugs that they sell off to other vendors across the world, and they have 4 million finished products. I've been pretty amazed by the operations here today. As promised, the plants have arrived from Knox Nursery here in Lakewood Ranch. And what they're doing behind me is the first step in the process of tilling the soil, breaking up the soil that has been compacted by the water and the rainfall over the last week. One thing to keep in mind when putting in these plants is to make sure your spacing is correct. You don't want to plant too close together, or else you're going to run into a set of issues with that. Also, make sure your depth is correct. Planting it too deep is going to cause issue with suffocation, and planting it too shallow is going to cause you issues with the roots drying out too quickly. After placing the plant in the ground, we're going to be top dressing the entire area with a little bit of mulch. What this is going to do is help with weed prevention and moisture control. Last but not least is the irrigation component. It's really important to the entire process. After initial installation, we're going to be watering every single day. Once the plants are established, we're going to be watering infrequently, but we're going to give it a good soaking. That will train the roots to dive down very deep. Also, pay attention to your water management watering guidelines. It's going to tell you how often you can water for new plant installs. So we've just looked at the entire process for the annual installation. As a reminder, we have 13,500 annuals going in the next few days. We looked at soil amendments. We looked at plant installation, paying particular attention to the depth and the spacing. We looked at mulch, and we looked at irrigation. In a few short weeks, we should have beautiful flowers throughout all of our property. So thank you for joining us on Ryan's Ranch Roundup. We hope to see you again real soon.